How can I tell if my cake is undercooked?
Hey there! Welcome to today's video where we'll be discussing how you can tell if your cake is undercooked. Baking a cake is a delightful process, but sometimes it can be a little tricky to determine if it's baked to perfection. Luckily, there are a few indicators you can look for to ensure that your cake is cooked through. So, let's dive in and find out how you can tell if your cake needs a bit more time in the oven.
The toothpick test.
One of the most common methods to check if a cake is undercooked is by using the toothpick test. Here's how it works. 1. Wait for the recommended baking time to pass as mentioned in your recipe. This ensures that the cake has had enough time to bake. 2. Take a clean toothpick and insert it into the center of the cake. Make sure to do this gently so you don't deflate the cake. 3. Pull out the toothpick and examine it closely. If the toothpick comes out clean and dry, with no batter sticking to it, it means your cake is fully cooked. 4. However, if the toothpick comes out with wet batter clinging to it, your cake is likely undercooked. This indicates that the batter in the center of the cake hasn't fully set. If your toothpick test reveals that the cake is undercooked, you'll need to continue baking it for a little longer.
Checking the texture.
Another way to determine if your cake is undercooked is by evaluating its texture. Here's what you need to look for. 1. Gently press the center of the cake with your fingertip. If it springs back immediately and leaves no indentation, it means the cake is fully cooked. 2. On the other hand, if the center of the cake feels soft and sinks down when you touch it, it indicates that the cake is not yet fully baked. The texture should be firm and spring back when pressed. Remember that different cake recipes may have varying textures, so it's important to have a general idea of how your specific cake should feel when fully cooked.
Appearance and color.
The appearance and color of a cake can also provide clues about its doneness. Keep the following points in mind. 1. Observe the edges of the cake. If they are pulling away from the sides of the pan and appear slightly golden or browned, it indicates that the cake is likely fully baked. 2. The top of the cake should be evenly golden in color. If it appears pale or undercooked, it's a sign that it may need more time in the oven. 3. Additionally, check for any cracks on the surface of the cake. While a few cracks are normal, excessive cracking could indicate that the cake is undercooked in the center. And there you have it. Now you know how to tell if your cake is undercooked. Remember to use the toothpick test, check the texture, and pay attention to the appearance and color. These indicators will help you ensure that your cake is baked to perfection. If you find that your cake is indeed undercooked, simply return it to the oven for a little while longer. Be sure to check it frequently to avoid overbaking. With a bit of practice and these helpful tips, you'll be able to confidently bake delicious cakes that are cooked just right. Happy baking!